Yo, 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 what is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka J Phoenix, and this is going to be your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, December 16th of 2024. I appreciate you all joining me in this video as always. I'm trusting that you guys had a wonderful weekend. Let's go ahead and hop into it, see what we got going on, see how you can be better prepared to navigate these celestial energies. Monday's a bit of a chill day. There's not like a ton of major things happening. Although we do have some building energy. That sun moves to 25 degrees today. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 is Piscean energy. So it's definitely going to be bringing up a lot of those themes, especially as it gets closer to squaring the ruler of Pisces, Neptune, which has recently come direct. So we'll see that in a couple of days, but it's not going to be exact today, but we can feel that tension building. I can feel it building. Generally, when it comes to transits too, it's like the energy like is very potent as it builds and builds, and then when it actually happens, that's sort of like the climax point. So there's different events and things that are already building with this sort of thing. So with this particular square, like I said, this is going to be a square between Sag and Piscean energy. So it's going to be dealing a lot with our perceptions and our beliefs and, our vision and whether or not we can see things happen, whether or not it's going to challenge a lot of our the beliefs that we have, the conceptions of the world that we may have. And it can be a little bit difficult with the Neptune that's very, very strong. And like I said, it's just come forward. And there's still a lot of haziness. And I think it's also facing the old world and watching this old world finally start to fall away. But what are the little nuggets of wisdom and information that we can take from this old world? I really do see this square as, it's going to sound a little bit weird, but I kind of see this square as like, yeah, sitting kind of, it's like you're kind of on the side of the bed of like an old loved one, and they're just telling you stories from their life and stuff like that as they're getting ready to pass on. That's just kind of where we are right now because the old world is dying. We're moving into a new reality. I mean, Pluto's now in Aquarius. Neptune and Saturn will meet in Aries later next year. Uranus will soon be coming into Gemini. There's a lot of shifts that are happening here. And the old world and the old ways are starting to really make their exit. And we're feeling that more and more and more, right? Now, today we do have the moon in Cancer. And the great thing about this moon in Cancer is the fact that it will not have to deal with an opposition to Pluto. That's done. The moon Pluto oppositions, while the moon is in Cancer and Pluto is in Capricorn, are done. We'll never see these again in our lifetime unless you live for another 240 years, right? So, which who knows? That may very well be possible. Who knows? Maybe this video will somehow be around in 240 years in some crazy archive, and then you can pick it up and you can be like, aha, yeah, no, you were wrong. I happen to be here and stuff like that. I lived to 240 years and I'm experiencing this again. Well, if you happen to be watching this 240 years from now, kudos to you. But more than likely, this is gonna be the last time that the moon was in Cancer. It was the last time that you'll see that. So we do have this moon in Cancer. One thing that it will do today is that it will make a nice little trine over to Saturn. This is going to be happening at 13 degrees. So happening around 1 p.m. Eastern time, between 1 and 2, I would say, but Eastern Standard Time. And this is a nice energy, right? This can help us to really see the important things in our home life, really, figure out, what is it that does make us comfortable, especially when it comes to, those Cancerian things, the emotions that we feel being at home, our loved ones, the sanctuary of home, being grounded. It's like, and with Saturn here too, yeah, there's a bit. I keep preaching spiritual integrity while Saturn's in Pisces, but it's also just like Saturn in Pisces. A lot of it can be just like appreciating those small moments, appreciating just kind of the fluidness, the spontaneity. Even it's about appreciating those little things, the small little gestures. They don't necessarily have to be super super grand here either. And I think sometimes we can get so caught up in the busyness of life that we kind of forget to appreciate the small little miracles that are happening every single day. And hopefully this moon trining over Saturn can help us to appreciate those things, right? That's the main thing I really see with that. There's, like I said, there's not really a ton else happening on this Monday. Just the sun, Sun Neptune square, which is strengthening. Of course, Mercury is now stationed direct here at 6 degrees, so we do have that as well. So things are going to start to get a little bit more clear as far as like how we're going to start to move some of these things forward. That being said, we still do have this Mars that is retrograde in Leo, right? And by the time that the moon comes all the way back around to Cancer, Mars will be in Cancer too. So, and remember, that's a detriment energy, right? Well, actually, not, it's a fall energy. Mars falls in Cancer, right? Because it exalts itself in Capricorn, right? So, right now, I think there's a lot of focus still on, what are you passionate about? How can you rekindle your creativity? How can you reconnect with your inner child? How can you remember to have fun? Remember to smile? Remember to laugh? Yes, things seem off. Yes, the timing can seem off. And yes, there are things and events that are happening in the world that are going to be challenging our beliefs, that are going to be challenging the way that we perceive this reality. And it can be easy with this energy to, slip into, maybe like a depression or have anxieties pop up. And it can be easy to slip back in even to old patterns too. We are about to see the node shift as well. So there's a lot of shifts that are on the horizon. And it can be easy to kind of just slip into, like I said, old patterns or, a lot of people get seasonal depressions around this time, and it's interesting too. It's like I have noticed that the holidays don't really feel very much like the holidays right now. They really don't. Not a lot of people really aren't in the holiday spirit, you know, and it makes me wonder just how long are we going to even celebrate the holidays that we have? I think, I mean, obviously the holidays are astrological and they're based off of astrological transits and phenomenons. So I think that there will be other celebrations that will eventually replace these holidays because they won't be around forever. But it does feel like the holiday spirit is kind of waning here. That being said, I think that it's important to, like I said, the happiness that you seek is going to be something that comes from within. It's, no person is just going to do it all for you. No thing is going to do it all for you. No amount of money is going to do it all for you. No job is going to do it all for you. It's about simply deciding to be happy. I like a really good example for me just in my personal life. This past Saturday, I have a regular day job, right? And the store that I'm working at, it's been a rough month. Right, there's a CBD at the CBD store. It's been a rough month, right? And the revenue's down. We're not getting as many people coming back in. We've lost quite a few of our regulars, and this is just based off of nothing really to the fault of our own. It's just recent changes within the Georgia hemp laws. We're starting to take a hit from it. But I had consciously put myself, and I decided, it's like, I'm going to have a good day. And I just was focused on having a good day and just focusing on being happy, even if I didn't necessarily have a particular reason to be happy. I was like, just to be happy is reason enough, right? Ended up being the best day of the month so far for the store, and it just was happening effortlessly. And when you can step into your power, you can experience days like that. You can experience moments like that. And when you can start to, tie those moments together, it becomes like a domino effect. And then you can start to see really effective change. Of course, not every day is going to be like that. But that's just an example of just consciously choosing happiness. Consciously choosing, I'm going to have a good day, regardless of what's going to happen. It didn't matter necessarily. I mean, yeah, I probably would have still been in a good mood even if not that many people came in, stuff like that, whatever. But obviously my energy, my vibe attracted the tribe. It attracted that energy in. So that's what I've noticed too, is a lot of people focus on attracting the thing, but they're not focusing on like the source, which is themselves, right? So you gotta focus on the law of vibration and the law of frequency before you can do the law of attraction, because the law of vibration it comes before the law of attraction. That's one thing that they don't teach in manifestation. A lot of people don't really teach this. You hear law of attraction, law of attraction, law of attraction. I think it was good. I think it was positive. Things like The Secret that came out years ago talking about the law of attraction. I think it was good because it kind of did help to creak the door open a little bit. But I think it's also kind of deluded people into, forgetting that, hey, it all starts with you, right? It all starts with you. Whether or not you even believe in yourself, whether or not you believe that you're worth it, that you are powerful, and that you are this co-creative being, and that you really can do anything that you want here. You really can. But do you believe that's even possible? And yes, external things can happen that can thwart our progress, if you will. But I think, days like this Monday, they are, like I said, the energy is building. It's not super, super intense, but there is some intensity here. But it's days like this that can offer us this kind of moment of peace so we can examine the world and realize all of the things that are actually working in our favor, even if it doesn't seem like it. All right, let's see what we have for the cards today. Let's see what we got. I did buy a new tarot deck today. I'm not using it. I will debut that one this week though. But I did buy a new tarot deck and I'm really excited about it. So I am still using the Tarot of the Divine. So it's this one right here that I'm currently using, the Tarot of the Divine. I am really enjoying this deck. I love the imagery and stuff too. And I have to go through and actually look at like all the different like folklore and myths that the cards are inspired by. Okay, let's see what we got. Yep, I have the Two of Cups. This is interesting. The Two of Cups does speak to being able to emotionally connect with someone and talking about empathy. With it being in reverse, maybe we're feeling like there could be some disconnect here, but I think this is more so like we have to learn how to connect to our own emotions. Maybe this is, whenever I see a card that's reversed, I always feel like the energy is more turned inward and it's not as external. So the Two of Cups means that in reverse here, I'm saying like you need to connect back to yourself and reconnect to your own emotions, be more empathetic to your own self. Even before you can be really empathetic to other people, you have to be able to love and accept your own emotions and validate your own feelings and stuff like that. So not that you want your feelings to run amok either, because sometimes we can allow our feelings to run amok and it can cause us to make decisions that are, probably against our better judgment and stuff like that. But we still want to acknowledge the way that we feel and acknowledge those emotions, like I said, but we don't want to get it too carried away. So let's see what we also have. We have the Ten of Swords as well too. So this does speak to some sort of ending. This speaks to some sort of abrupt ending. One of my decks I really like, it shows Icarus falling from the sky. In this deck, it is showing, it's kind of wild actually. It's like a person that's like, looks like they're being whisked away. So there's like a canoe and it looks like they fell off and they're being whisked away. I don't even know why. This is giving me very much so Titanic vibes. Even though I know that's not the inspiration of this. It's giving me Titanic vibes though. It's like maybe you feel like you're Jack and you felt like there was room on that door, but you were left to sink into the ocean and stuff like that. I think it's time to just let go of whatever that thing is and that understanding of it and realize that, whatever has come from the situation was meant to be and was meant to happen in this way. So it's kind of an interesting way to wrap this up. I think a lot of this is just going to be a lot of our just these little mini frustrations because things aren't working out exactly the way that we want. So maybe we do feel like we're Jack hanging on to the door and we're just like, yo, can't you just let me up on this thing? There's plenty of room, but then you just sink into the ocean and stuff like that. And, maybe you're feeling like you're being left out. You're left to just be, wet and cold and just sink into the ocean and stuff like that. But I think this is about letting go of that feeling, letting go of the feeling that you are being left behind and that you're not cared for. So, and if there's a person or a thing that's making you feel this way, there's not like you can talk to them. You can talk to them. You can try and work things out. You can express how you feel and stuff. But I think this is why the Two of Cups came before the Ten of Swords, because it's about, you got to be able to give that energy to yourself. You got to be able to love yourself. You got to be able to be empathetic to yourself before anyone else really can be. You're not going to be able to really accept someone else's empathy towards you if you can't even have that for yourself. So that's going to do it for your daily astrology horoscope. I trust that this message will assist you on your journey today. If you did enjoy this, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to my website, jphoenix.com. But as always, y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you all on the next video. Peace.